In today's society, social pressure is a constant force that can push us to compromise our values. Whether it's at work, in relationships, or within social circles, we often find ourselves faced with the temptation to act in ways that go against our principles, just to fit in, avoid criticism, or gain approval. The desire to be liked or accepted can make us forget what is truly important, our integrity and virtue. But how can we stay true to our values in the face of social pressure? Epictetus offers a powerful Stoic thought when he says, "Seek not the good in external things, seek it in yourselves." This Stoic insight teaches us that true goodness and happiness come not from external validation, but from acting in accordance with our true values. In this video, we will explore how Stoic principles can help us develop the courage to remain virtuous and authentic, even when social pressures encourage us to conform or compromise. Epictetus offers a profound insight with his words, "Seek not the good in external things, seek it in yourselves." This Stoic teaching challenges us to look inward for a true goodness and happiness, rather than seeking validation or approval from external sources. Social pressure often leads us to seek the good in what others think of us, their opinions, their acceptance, or their approval. But Epictetus reminds us that true virtue is found not in conforming to others' expectations, but in remaining true to ourselves and our principles. Stoicism teaches us that external circumstances and the judgment of others should not dictate our sense of self-worth or guide our actions. Instead, we should seek the good within, aligning our behavior with our core values and virtues. Epictetus's powerful reminder, "Seek not the good in external things, seek it in yourselves," challenges one of the most pervasive influences in modern life, social pressure. Whether it's the desire to fit in, avoid criticism, or gain the approval of others, social pressure can often cause us to compromise our principles or act in ways that don't align with our true value. Stoicism teaches us that the key to happiness and integrity is found not in external validation, but in staying true to our inner principles. We live in a world where social norms and expectations can heavily influence our decisions. From the workplace to personal relationships, there's an almost constant pull to conform, even if it means abandoning the values that are most important to us. But Stoicism encourages us to resist this external pressure and instead anchor our actions in virtue. It teaches us that true strength comes from the ability to remain grounded in our values, regardless of the opinions or expectations of others. The struggle with social pressure. At its core, social pressure is about trying to meet the expectations of others, whether it is a group of peers, society, or family members. It can lead us to make decisions that go against our values, simply to avoid conflict or gain acceptance. For example, we might say yes to something we don't want to do, act in a way that isn't true to ourselves, or make compromises in our actions just to please others. In these moments, it is easy to forget that true contentment comes from living authentically and aligning our behavior with our core principles. When we focus too much on external approval, we risk losing sight of who we really are. Stoicism teaches us that our values should not be dictated by what others expect from us, but by what we believe is right and just. Stoic practices for staying true to your values. Know your values. The first step in remaining true to our values is to clearly define them. Stoicism teaches us that we must live according to virtue, wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. These are the core values that should guide our actions, regardless of external influences. The Stoic practice of self-reflection is crucial in identifying what truly matters to us and ensuring that our actions align with these values. Focus on what you can control. Social pressure often rises when we place too much weight on the opinions of others. Stoicism teaches us that we can't control what others think or how they behave, but we can control how we react to them. By focusing on what we can control, our actions, thoughts, and responses, we free ourselves from the influence of external expectations and become more authentic in our decisions. Seneca reminds us that we have the power to shape our own thoughts and actions, independent of the judgments of others. Practice the art of saying no. A key Stoic practice for staying true to our values is the ability to say no when something conflicts with our virtue or integrity. Whether it's a request from a colleague, a family obligation, or a social expectation, saying no is a powerful tool for maintaining boundaries and protecting our inner peace. Stoicism encourages us to act from our principles, not out of fear of rejection or pressure to conform. Reframe challenges as opportunities to practice virtue. Stoicism teaches us that challenges, including the pressure to conform, are opportunities to practice virtue. When we are faced with situations where we're tempted to abandon our values, we can view these moments as opportunities to strengthen our character and resolve. Every challenge to our integrity is a chance to practice courage, self-discipline, and wisdom. Instead of shrinking from social pressure, we can embrace it as a chance to act with virtue and remain true to ourselves. Accept that not everyone will agree with you. One of the most important Stoic lessons is the acceptance that not everyone will like us or approve of our actions. The Stoics embraced the idea that we cannot please everyone. True contentment comes from living according to our values, not seeking external approval. In embracing this reality, we can free ourselves from the anxiety that often comes with trying to meet the expectations of others. By focusing on acting with virtue, we find peace in knowing that our actions are true to who we are, regardless of what others think. The peace of staying true to yourself, the true freedom of Stoicism, is the freedom to live authentically, without being swayed by the opinions of others. By practicing Stoic principles, we learn that peace of mind comes from acting with integrity and remaining grounded in our values, no matter the external pressure. When we align our actions with virtue and focus on what is truly important to us, we free ourselves from the influence of others' expectations. Living true to ourselves, with courage and wisdom, allows us to navigate life with clarity and resilience in today's society. Social pressure is a powerful force that can pull us away from our true values and principles. Whether it's peer pressure at work, the desire to fit in with friends, or the need to conform to societal expectations, we often find ourselves acting against our principles just to avoid criticism or gain approval. This constant tug-of-war between what we truly believe and what others expect can lead to feelings of self-doubt, frustration, and even resentment. How can we stay true to our values and remain authentic in a world full of social expectations? Epictetus offers us a Stoic perspective when he says, "Seek not the good in external things, seek it in yourselves." This teaching challenges the idea that happiness and goodness come from external validation or conforming to societal standards. Stoicism teaches us that true fulfillment comes from within, from aligning our actions with our core values, not from seeking approval from others. In this video, we'll explore how Stoic principles can help us remain true to ourselves and navigate social pressure with confidence, courage, and integrity. The struggle with social pressure in modern life. Social pressure is often unavoidable. Whether we're at work, with friends, or scrolling through social media, we are constantly influenced by external opinions. We may feel the need to conform to the expectations of others, or to hide our true selves to avoid criticism or rejection. This external pressure can lead us to compromise our values, acting in ways that don't align with who we truly are. The struggle is real. We want to be accepted, but we also want to remain true to ourselves. Stoicism teaches us that the solution is not to avoid social situations or isolate ourselves, but to act in accordance with our values, regardless of external opinions. Our worth doesn't come from how others perceive us, but from how we live according to our virtue and integrity. By focusing on what we can control, our actions, thoughts, and responses, we can remain authentic and peaceful. No matter the social pressures around us, Stoic practices for staying true to your values know and. Define your values. The first step in staying true to our values is to know and define them. Stoicism teaches that virtue is the highest good, the pursuit of wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. When we have a clear understanding of what truly matters to us, we can align our actions with those values. Without clear principles, we are at the mercy of external influences. But when we understand our values, we can confidently act in accordance with them. Focus on what you can control. One of the central tenets of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control. We cannot control what others think, how they act, or how they judge us. But we can control how we respond. Instead of becoming overwhelmed by social pressure, we can focus on acting in line with our values and making decisions based on virtue, not external approval of our actions, not other people's opinions. What define us? Embrace the courage to be authentic. Courage is one of the core Stoic virtues, and it is essential for staying true to ourselves. It takes courage to act in alignment with our values when society pushes us in different directions. Stoicism teaches that acting with integrity is always more important than fitting in or pleasing off. As we must embrace the courage to be authentic and stay true to our beliefs, even when faced with judgment or criticism. This is how we cultivate peace of mind and self-respect. Detach from external validation. External validation, the need for approval, praise, or recognition from others, often pulls us away from our true self. Stoicism teaches us to detach from this need for validation instead of looking outside ourselves. For approval, we focus on living according to our virtue and values. When we stop seeking external validation, we stop being swayed by others' expectations and begin to act from a place of self-respect and inner strength. Reframe challenges as opportunities for growth. Social pressure is inevitable, but instead of seeing it as a threat to our integrity, we can reframe it as an opportunity to practice virtue. Every time we face pressure to conform, we have the chance to practice courage and self-discipline. The Stoics believed that every challenge is an opportunity to grow in wisdom and strength. By reframing social pressure in this way, we can see it as a chance to demonstrate our resilience and stay true to our values. The freedom of staying true to your values. The freedom that comes from staying true to yourself is profound. Stoicism teaches us that true happiness and peace of mind are found in living in accordance with our values, not in conforming to the expectations of others. By practicing self-awareness, courage, and detachment from external validation, we create the freedom to be authentic in every aspect of our lives. When we focus on acting with integrity and making decisions that align with our core values, we can confidently navigate social pressure without losing our sense of self. True peace is found not in the approval of others, but in the unwavering commitment to living a life of virtue, purpose, and authenticity. As we conclude today's discussion on staying true to your values under social pressure, remember that true peace and authenticity come from within. Epictetus reminds us, seek not the good in external things. Seek it in yourselves. In a world full of external expectations, opinions, and judgments, Stoicism teaches us that real happiness and meaning are found when we act according to our principles, not to please others or conform to societal norms. By practicing self-awareness, courage, and detachment from external validation, we gain the freedom to remain authentic and true to our values. Stoicism encourages us to embrace who we are, to stand firm in our beliefs, and to act with integrity, no matter the pressure from those around us. So, the next time you feel the weight of social pressure, remember that the path to peace lies in staying true to yourself and your values, not in seeking approval from others. Trust in your inner strength, and know that by living with virtue and authenticity, you will always find peace. Thank you for joining us today. If this video resonated with you, subscribe and share it with someone who might benefit from learning how to stay true to their values in a world of social pressure. Together, let's walk the Stoic path of authenticity, courage, and meaningful living.